let's get you wired for sound. You're getting warm. You're nervous as hell. What, just in case they've got a frog hiding behind the stage?
No. What else are we going to find out?
What else are we going to find out? Take a seat.
Thanks.
Brilliant stuff. Oops, these are weird chairs.
Very.
Yeah, they spin around and all kinds of things. So, yeah, so you've got a phobia of frogs.
Yes.
Can be fairly definite there, as far as that's concerned. And you can actually feel it now, can't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, even though there is one here.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we've got that it's okay with your unconscious mind for that phobia to disappear. Yeah. So one of the things I want to find out is like, how do you know it's time to do this?
Because it's just frustrating. I don't do any gardening in case they pop out from underneath the bushes. And if I do eventually do some gardening, one will appear.
Okay.
It will. So it stops me, and I hate them.
Do you think there's any truth in this thing that, like they say dogs can smell people are afraid of dogs? Do you think frogs are the same thing?
No, I'm not that far down the line.
Not that far. Not as far down the line as me then. Okay. Because I was thinking like, okay, get ready boys. I think he's in the car.
No.
So how do you do this? Because let's play again. Let's say that you were going on holiday and you wanted me to fill in for you for a week. And do your phobia for you.
Right.
Yeah, because you won't want to get fired from your phobia.
Okay.
Yeah. So, how do you, if you could teach me how, because I haven't got a phobia.
Okay, so I'm going to go and hang the washing out in the garden.
Okay.
Open the back door, check the floor.
Right. But you can do it even without doing that, because you're doing it now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so, what do you have to do? Do you need to see like a frog in your mind? Or?
I'm just looking for something out of place, something moving, something...
Okay.
Something that's just... I'm just looking for a frog.
Oh, you're looking for a frog?
Yeah.
Okay. So when you were doing it just now, were you actually seeing a frog?
Yeah.
Oh, you were seeing a frog?
So,
Oh, okay, great. So was that a small picture or a big picture?
it was a normal size picture.
Normal size picture. Could it be a really tiny picture and still work?
That's not going to work.
That's not going to work?
No.
Okay. So I've got to make sure I don't make a picture that's really small?
No.
Okay. So, whereabouts is the picture? Is it near or far?
It's real time.
Real time.
So it's sort of, if I look at my back door there, the picture's right just in front of me.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
So could it be in the corner of the room over there and still work?
If there was a frog over there, that would be a problem.
There would be a problem?
Yeah.
Even if it was a tiny picture?
Tiny picture, that would be okay.
So is it colour or black and white?
Colour?
Okay. Could it be black and white still work?
Yes.
Okay. So it could be a black and white frog?
Yes.
Okay. Is it 3D or flat?
3D.
3D. Could it be flat still work?
I don't mind pictures of frogs.
Flat? Like it's
No, I won't. There was one on the road once that wouldn't even drive over it.
Oh, right, okay. Okay. But pictures of frogs, you're okay?
Yeah.
Flat pictures of frogs?
Yeah.
It's just a 3D one?
Yeah, real one.
Real one.
3D one, yeah.
Okay, great. So, is it a movie or a still?
It's a movie.
It's a movie. Could it be a still work?
Yeah.
Like a frog in suspended animation?
That would still be bad.
Would it?
Yeah.
Could it be, is it kind of like normal or normal speed? Slow speed?
Normal speed.
Could it be slow and still work?
That'd be worse.
Could it be really fast and still work?
That'd be even worse.
Would it be?
Yeah.
Okay. What if we paused it?
That might work.
Okay. So, do you remember Kirby?
Yeah.
He's a frog, I think.
Yeah.
Right. Could it be a frog that looked like Kermit? Still work?
No, it wouldn't work.
It wouldn't work. Okay.
No.
Does Kermit have glasses?
No.
Guess who this is?
Has he got glasses? I don't remember.
Guess who this is? Who's it?
I don't know.
It's me.
Right.
What's the frog wearing?
Does it wear anything?
It's not wearing anything. Could it wear shiny pink stilettos and still work?
No.
It wouldn't.
No.
What about stockings and suspenders?
No. No.
And glasses.
And glasses. No, that would just be
Like
dumb.
big Dame Everett glasses.
No.
No. Holding a Gladio line.
No, that turns it into a cartoon.
So it couldn't work as a cartoon?
No.
So you're okay with cartoon?
Yeah.
Frogs?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Cool. Great. So, is it light or dark? Picture? What happens if you turn the lights on?
That would still be bad.
Oh, it's still bad. I'm just curious. Okay. So what I'm doing there is just scrambling Heidi's strategy for doing the phobia. I think you'll see that already the response is decreased. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go and get rid of it.
Okay.
Okay. So you remember what we need to do from your unconscious mind is we need to find the first event. Yeah. But before we do that, we need to have you find your timeline.
Right.
Yeah. So I have an idea that if I asked you in which direction is your past, which direction is your future, I have an idea that you might say it's from front to back, or left to right, or up to down, or in some relationship to your body. And it's not your conscious idea of where your timeline is, it's your unconscious. So if I was to ask you where your unconscious, where your past is, in which direction would you point? Great. And if I was to ask you in which direction your future is, which way would you point? So do you notice that the directions you're pointing to suggest a line?
Yeah.
Okay. That's your timeline. Okay. So before we get rid of the phobia, let's just practice floating over your timeline.
Okay.
So what are we going to do? When I say float, I don't only mean float visually, because also it might float auditorily, or it might float kinesthetic, a feeling of floating, like floating in a swimming pool.
Okay.
However you float, it's fine. So just go ahead and bring to mind the directions that you pointed to. Yeah, that would suggest a line. And then if you would, just go ahead and float above that line. If you find it easy to do that with your eyes closed, you go ahead and close your eyes. And float above your timeline. Yeah. Then staying nice and high above your timeline, just ask your unconscious mind to float you over the past. You there? Cool, great. So now I want you to float back all the way to now, so you're above now and stop there. Then turn and face the future. And then float up higher up and further back. So you get higher up and further back above your timeline. Okay, great. So now float over your future.
Okay.
You there? Great.
Yeah.
So now float so high above your timeline that your timeline's just like 1 inch long, way down below you.
Okay.
Okay, brilliant. And then come back down, go back down into now, come back into the room. How was that?
All right.
All right?
Yeah.
Cool. Great stuff. So, let's get rid of this phobia. So, let's go to the very, very first thing that pops into your mind. As your unconscious mind, what's the first event, the root cause of this phobia? Such that if you were to disconnect it, it would cause the phobia to disappear from your life forever. If you were to know, was it before, during, or after your birth?
After.
Great. And if you were to know, at what age were you first ever popped into? 7. Great. Brilliant. So, just find your timeline. That's right, and float way up in the air, really, really nice and high up of your timeline where you can be comfortable. Then ask your unconscious mind to float you to a point where you're after the event and above the event. And you're facing the past. So the event's below you and in front of you as you're facing the past. Yeah? And remember to stay nice and high where you can be comfortable. There you go, excellent. Now float to a position directly above the event. So you're looking down on the event. Remember to stay nice and high. There you go. Higher than that. Get really, really high. High to get really, really nice and high. There you go. See, as soon as you get really high up, it all becomes comfortable again, doesn't it? Okay. So ask your unconscious mind, what is there for you to learn from this event? The learning of which will enable you to let go of that phobia easily and effortlessly. Ask your unconscious mind to preserve those learnings in a place that preserves for all such learnings. So if you need them in the future, they'll be there. So did you have some learning?
Yeah.
What did you learn?
I need to talk to people.
You just talk to people. Okay, great. And you can do that, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, great. And is there anything else for you to learn before you let it all go?
I just say no.
Learn to say no, great. And you can do that, yeah?
Yeah.
Brilliant. And is there anything else for you to learn before you let it all go?
Just tell people how I feel.
To tell people how you feel. And you can do that, yeah?
Yeah.
Great. Is there anything else for you to learn before you let it all go? Stay nice and high above your tongue. Anything else to learn?
To forgive.
To forgive, okay, great. And you can do that, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anything else for you to learn before you let it all go? Brilliant. So now what I want you to do is stay nice and high above your timeline, float to before the event, yeah, and turn around, face now. So the event's below you and in front of you as you're facing now. What I want you to do is get higher up and further back.
Okay.
And then ask yourself, now is the fear? Did it disappear? Not yet. Okay, great. So what I want you to do is get higher up, float further back. But only as high up and as far back as you need to go to have the fear disappear. Right now. So now does it disappear?
Yeah.
Brilliant. Good. So let's test it to make sure. So what I want you to do is float down into your 7-year-old body with it, looking through your own eyes. It's all the fear gone.
Yeah.
It has, doesn't it? Yeah, great. So now come back up to that position, above and before the event. There you go. Facing now. Then ask your unconscious mind to bring you back along your timeline only as quickly as your unconscious mind can release the fear on each related subsequent event, preserving any further positive learnings and releasing the emotions all the way back to now. Remember to stay nice and high above your timeline, where you can be comfortable. And your unconscious mind, release the emotions from each related subsequent event, preserving any further positive learnings and releasing the emotions all the way back to now. There you go. Just let it go. Remember to stay nice and high where you can be comfortable. There you go. Back in now. And then come back down. Down. Come back into the room. Wow. How was that?
Yeah, that's good.
That's pretty cool, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Excellent. So, now, can you think of an event in the past? Event in the past, which you thought about previously, would have caused that whole phobia, and notice how it's different now. Oh,
No.
you can't think of one?
No.
Oh, really?
No. Not like that.
Not like that.
No.
So, can you imagine an event in the future? An event in the future which had happened in the past would have caused you to have that whole problem. Notice how that's different now.
No.
No? You mean it's gone?
I'm nervous, but it's gone. I can feel, I'm shaking, but I don't.
And what's the... So imagine being out in your garden. Doing your garden.
Yeah.
And
I don't know.
you don't know?
No.
But you could do it before though, couldn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. What if you just think about it from?
Yeah, I don't have the same feeling for
No.
it.
I mean, we're not suggesting that you're going to start, collecting frogs.
No, that's not going to happen.
Or growing frogs. or
No.
anything like that. Just
I probably have grown them by the
Probably.
state of the garden.
Okay, really? Okay. But you're just okay with frogs now? Rather than
I
frog
don't
love.
feel like I did sat down there.
No. That's pretty good, isn't it?
Yeah.
Cool. We done?
Yeah.
Good. Okay. So that's how timeline therapy works.